All right. Now I think we're back for sure. Um, let's see. In the last one, I think that on Friday, Thursday or Friday, I wrote some code for a couple Lambda functions. I think some of these, maybe. Let's see. Sites. It looks like we have a post. It looks like we have a get. Right. And then do we have a get by site ID? We do. And a delete. Yes. So, yes. I was just waiting on the stats. I was going to do the stats after I debugged all this. And I actually thought of something that I wanted to do before I even deployed this. Um, Not necessary, but I'm going to start linting this. I've never actually, for side projects, for like personal projects, I've never actually linted my code. I feel like I say this. We'll see whenever I actually lint it. I feel like I have decent consistency. Um, I started off coding Node using ESLint, so um, I'd like to think that I'm not far off from where I need to be, but we'll see. Um, yeah, setting it up might honestly not be the quickest thing, but let's see. Um, I do common.js. I don't use any of those. Should I lint the CDK? I might as well lint the CDK code. It's Node. Yes, I want to use the Airbnb guide. XO, I haven't heard of XO. What's XO? Oh, it is a linter, and they use this. They have a style guide. Oh, I see. Interesting. I haven't heard of XO before. I think that one's new. Google was there before, for sure. I always use Airbnb. Yes, install them. npm, please. And then, yeah, I think you have to run it using something like that, but I think you can use glob format, and I think, yeah, I think you can put it as an npm script. So, and this will probably save me a decent chunk of time. I do want to, where's my get ignore? I have all of these, well, because this is a TypeScript project, so at least AWS thinks it's a TypeScript project, and so, oops, mercy. So any JS files, which are the result of, I guess, compiling or transpiling TypeScript, it wants to leave out, so it ignores all the JS files by default, but I don't want it to ignore them, so here we are. And then I'll do a script, something like lint. What was it on the site? npx ESLint. Well, I probably don't. Ooh, I probably don't need to do npx. And then I think you can do something like source /*. I think that might honestly get everything, or that will. I don't know. Let's try it out. Oh, files matching the pattern. What? Let's do that. But I don't want node modules to be linted. I think there's a way to like exclude. But let's just start off trying to get it to work. And then, let's see. It's going to be kind of strange, so that's good that it didn't go through the, it didn't go through the node modules. That part's nice. I'm surprised there was nothing in any of my actual handler code that needed anything changed. I would have assumed as much. Like missing semicolons or something. But here, let me take a semicolon out and make sure that it actually catches it. Yeah, I don't think it's doing it. Yeah, it's not linting my endpoints. Wonder if it only goes one deep. I bet that's what's happening. I bet because it's just one, I bet it's not going all the way. Let's see. I've obviously done this before. Oh, you have the recursion. Maybe? No? Oh, there we go. Let's see. I can just give it a directory. So I just give it source. And I'd want to do ignore pattern. If I just give it source, would it work like that? Extension. Yeah. Do I have to put all the options? Yeah, okay. I figured this would take a couple tries to get it to actually work, but aha, there we go. And now I have all my handlers. So there's a lot more than I thought there would be. The difficult part is going to be these like no resolved, like unable to resolve path opt config, which is fair. I knew it was going to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and check through them all now, just because stuff like this, like Jose, I need to make sure that, especially in the authorizer, that this is imported and that it will actually work whenever I deploy it. So, for instance, like node modules, it has Jose, so I know that this will work. It just looks weird. Also, why is this? Did I just miss this? No. Okay, let's... fine. Create user was a, I did create that, didn't I? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I just missed it, but that's what, that absolute path, that was kind of like throwing me off, but that's what it was. Yeah, see, unable to resolve path for the config. This one's fine, so missing file extension. Okay. So yeah, in some of these, like ignores. Oops, where's my? Actually, there it is. Like I'm gonna have to just ignore it because it just be too difficult to try to fix that. I wouldn't even know how, but and then I need to somehow turn them off. Off means rules specifies the error level. Okay. Yeah, I can just turn it off. So rules, and this is just off. Right, so the no resolved and the extension of this just to be turned off. Oh. This, I don't know why I decided to change to double quotes. Sometimes I get confused going back and forth between Python. So there we go. Okay, now those are off, but I do still want to go through each one and make sure, like the opt, whatever, that's fine. Right, but if it's anything that's not a slash opt import, then I need to change it. Like opt config, that's fine. Missing file extension, that's fine. Absolute path. And there's one too. Okay, let's go into auth utils and database session. It must just be from those. Yeah. So I'll run through these real quick. Might not be the most intriguing thing to watch. I apologize. But that I'm going to ignore. I want all of my error classes in one. That's fine. Fine. That's all fine. See, I don't think I use any modules other than Jose in pretty much all of this. Expected unnamed async function. Oh, you have to give it a function. It probably wants it to be named like handler or something. Those are fine, which I can do. I don't mind changing that. That. How much further down does this go? Okay. So now I'll run this again just to get the and then I think I just need to get rid of the absolute path as well. Just to get rid of the import stuff because I just ignored that. Okay, there's that. And then I'll probably actually start having to link things. Change things around to fix the lint thing. The indentation's interesting. I didn't think I must have had like different settings whenever I made it and whenever it got copied over and stuff. Oh, yeah, I think it's this, right? Line 10? 10 to 30? Yeah, it was just off. Oh my goodness. Don't particularly remember why. Semicolon on line 31. Okay. Well, we need to change this around anyway. Oops. Actually, generate policy. There's that. And then I don't think it needs a semicolon. A named function. Var's gone. Space before function. And then probably this too. Yeah, it doesn't really like that. Oh, you have to do is something like that, and then module expose. Yeah. So that'll fix. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do for all of these, which is fine. I'll just do like some bulk changes. Sync space context is defined but never used. That's fine. We can just remove that. I know that that's pushed in, but type is something. Okay. 37. Oh. Oh, yeah, I didn't do any of that. That's supposed to come out of Jose. I don't even know the packages it's supposed to come out of. But I know how to find out. Here, oh, I don't want the RFC. GWKS. It's just Jose. Okay. Just from Jose. Okay, my guess is it's, no, that's JWT verify. Okay, protected header. Oh, it just isn't used. Okay, application ID is not defined. Oh, yeah. What is it supposed to be? Principal ID? Which is probably the user. Yeah, I don't even use the user ID for anything else, do I? It is put into context, but yeah, I think the user's ID should be that. And then user did, yeah, I decided against caching that. So I could use the principal ID in the Lambdas to identify the user, or I could use the context with the unique ID. And then I have two console statements. Yeah, I should not have console statements. I do have a logger set up. And let's see. So I just need logger.error. Okay. And there's my error, and I think that gets rid of these guys. Authorizer. Unnecessary semicolon. 67. And new line required. There's not a, is it not set up to like do a new line? I thought I had VS Code just set up to do a new line, but maybe not. Okay, and then let's move to auth-utils. Sorry, I know this isn't the most thrilling thing, but I told myself that I was going to, on purpose, stream everything of this, just so I had record of it and maybe someone could get something valuable out of it. So here we are. I'm streaming everything. So I don't need logger, API key is never reassigned, use const. But this one is, oh no, they aren't. I don't know why I used let there. Unsafe optional checking. Oh, this? You're not supposed to chain that? Well, I know that it'll be there. I don't actually need to optionally chain it. So, counter ID separators, another find. Oh, I don't know why I left that in there. I don't need either of those functions. New line required. Do I not have it set up? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Well, there we go. Alright. That'll fix that. Hopefully. Auth-utils. Oh. Okay. Config. To require statement. Followed by the require. What? Not followed by the require. So where's the rest of the require path? Okay, that's fair. And new line, that's fine. Construct updates to the database. I have double line somewhere. That was not intended. Construct updates and database sites. Stats secondary ID imported but not used. I'm going to choose to ignore that. 0 spaces but found 1. Fair. I think it was that guy. And again, new line of the file automatically added. Database users. Semicolon. I don't need that line. Update was used before it was defined. Oh. Where am I? Updates. Used before it was defined. I think that's fair. Move it down here. Another missing semicolon. I'm sure it wasn't here. Yes. Necessary return statement. Alright. Secondary ID was used before it was defined. It's already declared in the upper scope. Oh. Okay. Throw away. I don't know. I'll just do that. error. Can you ignore, like, only in a file? Ignore. Yeah. Where's that actual? Yeah, there you go. Inline comments. It's just disable. Okay. Can I like disable file? I see disable line and disable next line. I'll just do disable and re-enable. And that was in errors. And what was the word? Enable, disable, and enable. Alright. And that was a lot of changes without re-linting, so let's go ahead and lint again. Okay, that I'm fine with leaving. That I'm not. It's on line 22? How am I don't know how I keep missing those. Line 22. Is it automatically adding them? No, it doesn't look like it. I don't know, VS Code must just... I don't think VS Code likes that kind of comment. I don't know. And line 38, okay, fair. Alright, adapter utils. Here we go. Fine, we'll remove them. I'm missing semicolon 58. Oh, well, it was 58. Where is it now? Okay, it's a return statement. 63. Okay, there. And then delete those. Okay. That should be Lambda adapter utils, the logger. I'm missing a trailing comma, probably here. And new line. Okay. I'll do this. And then in the ports. Looks like we had another problem with a comment. I'm not surprised. Site is not defined. This would be sites. Unexpected space after if 27. Oh, expected space after if. Missing semicolon on 51 and 95. There you go. And now we're into the handlers. And I imagine anything wrong with one handler is going to be wrong with just about all of them. Especially this. I think that's going to be the biggest one. Where does it start? Sites get index. Yeah, I think this is going to be a big one. So I have an idea of what I want to do for this. I'll do function handler. Does that fix it? Okay, there's that, and then module exports. And then I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to copy this. I'll do a find all, and then I'll come back over here and copy this. And So in these, and then I'm going to change it to that, but I also want to go into each individual file. Oh, that's. Can I just go to it? And then if I do this, then can I? Do that? Okay. Oh no. Oh. I hope that's where it was. Which one's this? Okay, well, it was worth a shot. It didn't work out as I had hoped or expected, but I know that it's only in 4 of them, so it's not going to be difficult to, like, yeah. It's just a couple clicks. Alright. So that should be it for all of the handlers. Context callback event. Wait, what was wrong with event? Already declared in the upper still. Oh. Well, that's what I wanted. I'm not trying to... Block must be padded by blank lines. Which one is this? Am I delete? I shouldn't have started with delete. We start with this. Okay. Right. Close values never read. I'm gonna just have to ignore that. That's part of the function signature. Block must not be padded by blank lines. On line 9. This, I guess? Okay. And let me find that line again about ignoring. Disable line. There we go. Yeah. Just gonna disable it, or I guess I can do the disable next line. I don't understand this. The shadow. No unused vars. Sure. But the I don't understand the shadow thing. And then there's a missing semicolon. I'm just gonna relent. I made some changes. I might as well look at it again. Yeah, no shadow. Oh, I see. It probably just doesn't like that because it's confusing. Okay. What do I call it in with error handling? Call it event. So, what should I call it here? I mean, it's still the event. I don't do anything with it, do I? No, I just pass it straight through. think I might just do no shadow. Why? What's the rule for it? Confusion, and it's impossible to access the global variable. Well, the global variable isn't used anymore, and I can understand the confusion part, but I don't think that matters as much to me. I understand the confusion part of it, though. Ooh. Okay, there we go. I'll just copy all that. Okay. Do they all not say shadow? Oh no, they do all say shadow. Okay. Oh, were they supposed to be like comma separated? Ah, yep. Oops. I think there was only this one. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, and then I'm probably gonna start getting into the other ones. Into the ports and the logic. Alright. Back up. We have sites, we're fine with that one. Logic, port, index, oh, some destructuring stuff, and this one just doesn't like anything. Oh, I haven't done that one, that's probably why. But that's, yeah. I mean, these I can, that's whatever, I can change that around. Okay, so let me change this one. I just didn't have it open. That's probably the problem. Okay. That one should be up to snuff now. And then some destructuring problems in delete and get. Okay. Yeah, it's probably those. I think it's probably the same exact line in both of them. Yeah. Alright. There's that. And then my guess is I'll have to do something similar for all the ports and whatnot. I'm sure they're all just like, yeah. I mean, they're pretty much all the same anyway, so. And half of these are end of lines. So. Alright. Let's start with this guy. So this should be port. And then this is. These are all port. Go ahead and just change all those. And then I'll take this. Go to each one and add it in. Alright. That should be that, and then there were problems with semicolon. No, that's logic. New line, missing semicolon. Oh, that should be fixed then. So it should get all the ports. This guy, and this guy. Oh, okay. Stats get payload is defined whenever used. I think I'm going to choose to ignore that for now, because I imagine, well, maybe I won't use it, but I'll leave it for now. It doesn't really bother me, since I know that I'm going to have to change that one anyway. I have this, the delete port, there's an unnecessary return, fine. And then unexpected space before parentheses, sites post. What? Oh, this. Okay. And now logic. Unnamed async, we've got missing semicolons, new lines, semicolon. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and guess that getting rid of that, we'll also get rid of this, semicolon. Then I was missing more semicolons somewhere. Where else was this? Sites post. Is there one for sites post? Logic. No. So I was missing a semicolon somewhere else in that one, but so I'll go through and do the same thing for this. This is logic. This is logic. Replace all those. Do I still have that? No, change this to logic. And then I'll add this to the copy. Logic. Okay. Logic. Okay. Logic. 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 Alright. Now that should all be closer to where it needs to be. And let's figure out what the rest of them are. That we're going to live with. Sites, get, logic. I'm missing a semicolon, probably there. 23 unnecessary return. Yeah, same as all the other ones. The await is enough. I just put an explicit one, I don't know why. Handlers defined but never used. Stats get. Handler is defined but never. Find the right file. City stats get index. Line 8. What? Oh, index. Handler is defined but never used. There we go. Delete. No, I did that one. And then we have payload. Is stats get port, and I'm fine looking at that one. Yeah, just because it's passed in there. Yeah. Alright, there's the linting. We're finally done with linting. So I'm going to synth this, and then we're going to send it, and I'm going to, so I use a tool to test my APIs called Insomnia. I've had good success with it in the past, so I'll keep using it. It makes it pretty easy to keep everything like, see, I have like different events. I used to call it the schedule API, but then I changed it. You can have collections. This is going to be for site analytics. And then this is going to be base environment. Let's have dev and then have URL. I'll need that at some point, and then doing JWT auth. So I think that's all I'll probably need, and then I'll be able to start from there. So once it's synced and sent, this is going to be dev, and then I want a new folder, and this is, I'll just call it MVP flow for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to we're just going to post a site, and this will be URL /begin /site. So something that I granted, connect dynamically to lambdas. Oh, it's probably like a lambda function didn't exist, and I tried to, let's see. That's in CDK. I thought we had the CDK to a point where it was synthesizing, but I guess not. Whatever this function is called. Sites post, oh, because it's not ID anymore, it's site ID. And there might be a new endpoint. Minus we have get, we have post, we have site ID get, and site ID delete. Then I need stats get. That might fix it. Oh, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do either. I want to do CDK synth. And back up to Insomnia. This is sites. So I have a post, and then I'll have a. I'll duplicate this, and then this would be a get, and then duplicate this again. Site ID, and then this will have a slash, and then this will be from a response. It's a body attribute from the from this guy, and the path is going to be .id. It looks bad right now. I'm pretty sure it'll figure itself out. Right? Or did I miss something? It's probably just this. It's probably just that there's nothing there for it. That's by site ID, and then I want to delete by site ID, and then I want to get it again, and I want to get a, was it 403? Is that right? Oh no. Sites by ID can't be found. I know that problem. There we go. Once I get this synth again, then I'll push it. Push some changes. Here I was thinking that I was going to be able to yes. That didn't look the way I wanted it to look. That's better. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I want it to be dev. I think that's good. And then we'll be able to play around with it. I imagine stuff is going to be broken. I would be very happy if one endpoint worked exactly as I wanted it to. I imagine it'll be broken. I do have the console up, so we will be able to actually look at it all. I have quite a few other stacks in here. that's not right. Those should be named something different, but that's okay. I'm also going to, at some point, probably not right now, at some point I will do, I will make a pigeon stack for this. For anyone who doesn't know or doesn't read my blog, that's fine. I understand, don't worry. I'm not mad at anyone. Pigeon is a funny little CDK construct I made in response to something that AWS has called synthetics canaries. We pull it up. It's going to take forever, but it's pretty much a way to continuously monitor an application, but it costs a boatload of money if you actually do it. It's like $20 a month for, I mean, it could be something as small as like pinging a hello world API. But if you use events, if you use what's called event bus rules, which is a cron, and you trigger a Lambda function to do it for you, it ends up it's like pretty much $0 a month. So I made a CDK construct to do that, and I did it because I wanted to do it. I wanted to use it. That's why I did it. And it works pretty well, and it's monitoring some of my other APIs. So I'll do that for this one as well. The way I did it last time, which I thought was pretty good, and that'll do it again, is I make this like flow collection in Insomnia just to, it's easier to like point and click that stuff, and then I'll codify it and run it with Pigeon. And then Pigeon will also email me if something's wrong. So I'll probably set it up to run like every 12 hours. And if something ever goes wrong, I don't know how that would happen. I mean, maybe AWS is down. I could see that. But if that ever happens, then, oh boy, then I'll get an email and I'll be able to actually go in the console and see what's up and try to fix it. So this is actually one of the things I don't like about the CDK. It pushes all of these like deployment packages, all of these zips, and it's pretty annoying because it clogs up S3 and it charges you for all of the like transfer costs. I don't like that. It used to be worse. When I used Core API, before I used Lambda layers, I actually in code copied all of the shared code into each directory, then zipped it up, then sent it to a Lambda function so you could use those relative paths like ... But then I changed it to a Lambda layer, and that significantly decreased the amount of data I was pushing, like the binary that I was pushing, the zip file that I was pushing. That helped. But it's still, I mean, it's just a lot. I don't know why they haven't like found some better way to do that. Like if the code doesn't change, like hash the code. If it doesn't change, then don't push it, because you'll see like anytime now, if I change one character in one file, it'll re-push every single Lambda handler, which I understand you have to like push the Lambda handler, but if I only change one, if it only affects one, then why does it like, I don't know. But maybe it's just a money grab from them. I don't know. I didn't say it. I just want you to push more data to S3 so you can pad their stats. Is CloudWatch down or something? Okay, there we go. It's in application monitoring synthetics canaries. It's these guys. That's what I was talking about before. Yeah. Also, the log groups for CDK stuff gets wildly confusing. As you can tell, it's very difficult to tell what log group is what, and it makes a ton of log groups. A couple things on log groups that I've found. They default to never expire. I always set mine to like a week or a month or 6 months or whatever your application's data retention looks like. That helps. Um, Especially with stuff like that. Like they just get wildly bogged down. Actually, I'm just gonna delete them all. There are no logs in here that I need right now, so I'm just gonna delete them all, and then I'll let them start back up. Like they'll recreate the log group. Oh wait, actually, will it? It might not. I might have just messed that up. I don't know. I don't know what it'll do. I'll delete them. I'll see what happens. If something messes up, then I can just always redeploy stuff, so what's it matter? But this failed. Why did this fail? Non-empty zip. So there's an empty zip. Which resource? Post stats. Oh, it was this guy. Because I never put anything in it. I see. Okay. I'll put the... Oh boy. I'll put the... kind of like some boilerplate in there. I have async lambdas in here. I think that's fair. Okay. Message, unstringify it. I'll pull out. Stuff, and then I'll push them to the port, and then the port looks like that. The logic looks like that. I'll do that so it just returns. Do this twice. Can I do multiple directories? Oops. Nice, I can. Okay. I'll leave that there since I haven't even touched that code. I mainly just need it to sync. I need to delete this now. Should take like 2 seconds. There we go. And I'll come back over here and keep deleting log groups. I don't know if this is the right move. So if anyone's watching this, I don't know if this is the right move. I don't exactly know how CDK... I've seen some stuff, some weird stuff that it creates to do log groups. But I don't exactly know what it does. Yeah. I think there's some weird Lambda function that runs in the background, and then it updates stuff whenever you change. I don't know, but the log groups, it doesn't for whatever reason, it doesn't just create a log group for you, which is what I would do. I have CloudFormation templates that do it. You can take in the Lambda function name and then just create a log group, like a CloudFormation resource for the log group, and set the retention policy there. But it doesn't look like that's what the CDK does, and I don't know what the CDK does. So here we can look at, because I'm sure it's going to create one. Oh, I have to sign off on that again. Let's look. Is there one for this? I don't know if I did it for this. Lambda, nope. Sure. Lambda log retention. I don't know what it does. Let's find out. While I'm still deleting all of these. Oh boy, they minified it. Create log group. So it pretty much just creates a log group. I don't know why they minified it. Why did they have to do that? But and then sets retention policy. See, I don't really know why. Like, I don't really know. I don't know why they did it this way. I don't know why you just can't create a resource. Like, it's the same thing in effect. But all these things are starting to come in. I don't know how they work. API access logs, webhooks. Yeah, I don't know how those things work. These are starting to pop up because, oh, here we go. Maybe we can actually like read the logs. These are popping up because it's actually like deploying. Yeah, I don't know why it has to do it in code. I don't know why it can't. I don't know. But it's working now. Yeah. Just because of time, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I will probably not actually do any debugging. But let's see. Does it even work? No. I can't say I'm terribly shocked by that. So how I normally get to these, because those the original intent of going through all the CloudWatch logs was to show that it's very difficult to figure out what log group goes to what Lambda function. It's easier, in my opinion, to go to the API gateway, and then from the API gateway, was it the get? Traverse to the Lambda function, and then from the Lambda function, sometimes it's very slow. You can go to the logs. So anyone who didn't see that, you go to monitor and then view logs in CloudWatch, and it'll take you to the actual log group. There you go. That's how I normally get to the logs. Let's see what the problem was. Ah, yes. I remember way back when I wondered if that would work. It was this one, right? And this read in... So it shouldn't be that. It would probably just be /op/. Right? Can I find that from somewhere else? It's just slash opt slash yes. Oops. I should save it. I'm actually, that might be an easier fix than I think. So I'll stay on for a couple more minutes just to see if that actually fixed some stuff. I didn't need to path.join. I don't know if that's going to give me any problems, but let's see. You just parse? Yeah, path.parse instead of path.join. So here we go. Path.join is multiple paths. Then it joins it and returns. Oh, it just returns that? It's just like string concatenation? Yeah, it just returns a string. Oh, okay. It's not path.parse, it returns an object. Okay, so I can just take this and throw it in lead file sync. Let me make sure that actually works. What is it? FS file system, and it's read file sync. Read file sync path string. Yeah. Okay. That's contents, reads it, and then you parse it. I'm guessing it's there, but I don't know. I would assume, it just depends on how the CDK, like how it zips that file, that link. I mean, it acts like it's fine. There is a way to pull out a Lambda layer. There's a way to download a Lambda layer. Yeah, there you go. And to anyone curious, I have all of my, I'm not going to show it because it's my credentials, but I have all my credentials set up for the AWS CLI, which also works with this. So I didn't have to put in any like environment details, no account numbers, no anything in the CDK to make it run. You can do that. I don't know why I just thought of this, but you can create something like dev account, and then put in like your, I forget how, like what, it's like number, and then region. Oh, that's new. Or maybe this is like account ID, something like that. You can create some object and then you would pass it here as like env is dev account. That's what, and then for prod you can do a prod account. You can do that stuff, or you can just let CDK use the default stuff that's in your, the file is .aws/credentials, and whatever's in the credentials is what it will pull. Yeah, so what I'm going to do in here, I want to find a layer. But where's the, is it output? No. I need resources, that's what I need. think it's in an S3 bucket, and then you can download it out of the S3 bucket, and then you'll be able to see all the contents. So config.json is in there, so that's good. It is in my layer. So the link and everything works, which is awesome. So now I actually, is it done? So now that single, which is exactly what I wanted, that single config.json that's linked in my shared, this is the single source of truth. Like this file is everything that I need, which is good because it's using the authorizer. Oops. So let's try this again. Okay, that's fine. It's an internal server error. It's not like a gateway error, so now it's just in my code. And I think it was this. Yeah, there we go. Those logs take a while sometimes. Cannot destructure property API key of authorizer as it is undefined. It's in construct auth. So this is the kind of debugging that I was gonna, and that I will wait until the next time to go through, because this will probably start getting kind of into the weeds. But so in construct auth, there should be request context, and then there should be an authorizer. Ah, okay. So in here, in the authorizer, what I'm trying to destructure is this context, and there's only a unique user ID. There's no API key, so I don't need that API key. Oops. And then make sure that in the auth, nothing's expecting the API key. I don't think anything is. Yeah, I mean, this is, unfortunately, this is the kind of stuff that, like the little tiny things. I'd like to see it actually get to my logic, or at least the incoming adapter port and then logic, before I end it for today. But maybe I'll just do this one more deployment, and then we'll see what happens. But all this looks good. All this looks right in this post. So I'll show what the SNS integration looks like. It just goes straight here. And this request is what's going to have the mapping template. So this is where it all lives. And is that? I thought it was, where's the web form? I guess it's just this. Oh, and then the headers is the URL encoded. That's right. Yeah. But I'm very curious to see if I can make this work as JSON. So have this be application/JSON, and just pass in an object instead of this weird. I bet you can. I don't know. Well, I mean, I'll try it out. Probably not in the next one, because I don't have the stats code working. I don't have the get or the post working. But yeah, I want to get the site stuff working first. So all these guys pretty much, and then maybe after I get those working, I'll set up Pigeon. And then once I have Pigeon set up, I'll move on to working on stats. Maybe that's what I'll do. And then once stats is working, then I pretty much have an MVP. I'll create some sort of script, I guess, to work in the browser. Just I guess use fetch, and then I know I've seen a lot of them. I actually started poking around at some scripts, some analytic scripts on other people's sites. and what they actually do. I found another cool one. I want everyone. I want to be very clear from the start. I'm not trying to say that mine is better and you should use mine and not theirs or anything. Um, I found other site analytics projects that have a similar ethos as mine, but are slightly different. Plausible is a big one. I've heard of that one a lot. I think it's two guys out of, I don't know, it's somewhere in Europe. Um, Props to them for making that. I think that that's like a very big one. And I've also heard of one called Umami. The thing that I'm not as keen on with those is that they require you to set up and maintain servers, and then they just run code on top of it. So Umami in particular, you have to have I think it's Postgres, you some sort of SQL database, and you need a server. And I know that there's probably a very easy way to do it. There's probably like a fairly low cost way to do it, but at least for me, like the analytics stuff isn't a big deal to me. It's mostly just for fun. Like I want to see the numbers and I want to see where I am in the grand scheme of things. But I don't really care. Like I don't care enough to spend $10 a month to host hardware and run analytics on it. It also, I mean, especially when something like a serverless workload could work just fine, and that's what I'm going to try to prove out. So, but it's not to say that those projects are not completely valid and good alternatives. So we'll clear the air there. But I found Umami and they have some like interesting stuff in their script going on where they, oh, where they like, I guess you can put like certain classes on um, HTML tags, and then they search for those tags. Like it's like a specific, it's like string notation. It's like umami dash dash, whatever your class, like your event name is, dash something else, and then that event name will be pushed, which I thought was pretty cool. So you can have like custom events and stuff. Um, yeah, it looks like a cool script and a cool system, and I mean a cool feature. So I don't know why this isn't. It doesn't like this request context dot authorizer. It's in. Oh, is it not in there? Construct auth should be called in this guy. Construct auth with the event. I think it's this. No, it's not this. Is it this? There's a certain one where I can always find. There's a certain link I'm looking for, and it has like the full payload. Is it this input format? I think it's this. Request context authorizer. Oh, I don't have the authorizer on it. That's why. I created the authorizer, but I don't think any of these have. API key. I didn't think I used an API key. Authorizer type. Oh, because these aren't the right methods. Yeah, okay. This is stuff that, yeah, check for use, check config for use authorization, and then, okay. Yeah, so this is stuff this is like the debugging stuff that I'll do next time. So I guess I need to actually make everything function correctly because right now the authorizer isn't being called. I probably could have noticed that in the API gateway. Let's see. There's no auth. And it should be that custom authorizer. It doesn't even look like it was created, but so that's on me. So yeah, there's still some tweaking that I need to do with the infrastructure. to make the request flow through the authorizer. It injects information, and then that goes to like this guy, because right now this guy's not getting any information. It's undefined. I think it's not like a problem with API gateway. It's just that I didn't set it up to do that. I think that's the biggest problem. So, and I guess tomorrow I'll work on that one so that everything flows through, and then hopefully once we can get stuff to actually flow to my code, once we have all the configurations set up, then we can start debugging any problems that arose, figure out these requests, make sure that they all work nicely together, and then I'll create the pigeon for it. So, I mean, there's stuff to do, but that's all part of it. So, yeah, this will end it for me for today. So, thank you for watching. If you did, feel free to reach out to me at any point in time. Comment, email me, whatever. You can find me other places on the internet. I'm more than happy to talk to people, and I'm more than happy to let anyone use what I'm doing on this, from the video to the code. And if you do find this, if you're trying to set something up, please let me know. If you need any help or run into any problems with it, I'd be more than happy to help. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.